Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Sanibelle from CZT Tricia Faraone. As I was thinking about what to do, this one popped up and I was like, oh, I haven't done this one. I think this was one of the first few tangles I found on my own on Tangle Patterns after I was unleashed with this wonderful art form from my mother. and I have there's several that just are that stick in my head as, you know, some early ones, and this is one of them, and it's kind of neat. So it's neat and very forgiving, I want to say. You can start this a number of different ways. I'm going to go ahead and start in the corner. I was also thinking, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to start in the center because I was thinking to do it this way. In the step out, I can have it started from the corner because that's how Tricia did it, and you know it works. But sometimes you want to have something standing out front, and so that's what I'm going to do. So this is a set of just one right after another little curved lines like so. And what you'll want to do is, so I'm going to work behind this one then. That's where I usually run into problems, is the working behind. Because it's hard, this is just me maybe, to start with these little curved scallops, I guess you could call them too. Just to get it to work right, and let's not have the tile bouncing around here too. Okay, so you're just going to, make a row of these, have them tucked behind each other however you want, and then you can start another row if you wish. And these may be a little bit tall. I know in my step out, the front ones are really tall, but I was like, oh, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. So we'll start another row of them here. And let me, I always forget to turn off my phone from blowing up. There we go. Okay. And let's tuck one right here. We'll have that one go off the page. Oh, my first mark on my new my new blotting pad. The other one was getting a little bit. Ugh. And then, if you want to do another one, I'm going to need even a little bit more practice on this one. I kind of like the idea of not having them all the same height, but I have, and that's just that. Okay. So, once you have your area all set, and also do take a look at the For More Inspiration link so you can get some ideas from Tricia herself. I mean, this could be a fill-in. It could just be, a few in a corner. It's completely up to you how you want to do this. But then the next step is we're going to, from all of these little points, and then you could also play, as I'm thinking about it now, you could play with the distance between those. Mine are kind of small, but I'm going to sort of find the middle here. And I'm coming off that middle. Well, this one is rather straight, but, sometimes I try to add a little curve to it. And then, curving them down. And like I said, you add flare or whatever you want to it. And we're kind of meeting them all in the bottom. Another good reason to take a look at Tricia's work so you can see this from the master. Because she has some that, kind of like this. Like meet up at the top, but from looking at her step out, once again, it was, they all generally meet at the bottom. Like that. And then we're just going to do this with all of them. Like I said, I find it easiest first to find the center. And let's just see what this looks like. I'm just going to, maybe do it like this. You could have some at different lengths. Again, up to you. And then, you know, something like here, you're just going to have to imagine where the other scallops would be and just add in some lines like so. And then we'll just keep continuing on this as we go. And this is the part I remember being, I still am a little bit kind of uncomfortable with this one, and like, oh, you know, before I really understood the concept of we don't worry about, we just don't worry about stuff, just do. But just kind of, just don't think. Because as I'm going, I'm like going, oh, well, that, ugh. You know, and like I said, just don't think. Don't worry about it, because when it's all done, we're going to add some shading, and it will be amazing. It's not supposed to necessarily look like anything. That's the fun, the fun and the challenge of Zentangle, right? Is that, oh, I should do a little there so that one doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom there. But yeah, the fun and the challenge of Zentangle is kind of letting go and let the hand do what the hand will do, and trust the step outs. As I was always going to recommend, you know, or next time I try this, I'm going to try making these scallops a little bit bigger. But you know what, they turn out just fine. And add a little curviness here and there to it. But I think ultimately really aiming for the bottom. I had some that, you know, it was like I was working down, so then working down that center one, and so it looked like a vein on a leaf. And I was like, well, that's not the look that we're necessarily going for. Like I said, these, you know, you just imagine, you know, if this is going to be down further, so these don't necessarily have to all meet right here, because this could be tucked down below. And then when you have little spaces like this, I highly recommend imagining that there would be another scallop, say here, and then just draw a couple lines. It makes it convincing. Oh, and here we go again. Let's do like that. And then too, when you're coming, you know, when you're figuring out where we're putting these lines in, and we're thinking how about, I would maybe try to have them come not matching up with the line. I was kind of doing that on purpose, so that way it's maybe somewhere on the little curve line, just so it doesn't end up looking like a continuous line. Okay, so there we have it. Now for some shading ideas. First and, well, I'll say first and foremost, but it could be second and almost something. Let's do this. So I'm picturing this as, you know, these are in front and these are layered behind. So when we have that, I'm just putting some graphite behind these little curve lines. Ooh, and you know, that'll fix this side here too. Yep. Okay. And then let's spread that out, working very hard not to get any on the other side of those little curved lines. And you can see, look at how that brightens that up. Oh, isn't that amazing? And then let's do it back here too. And up to you, like if you have something else in the background here, you could spread the graphite, you know, out here. I'm going to wait. I might do that anyway, even though I don't have anything in the background. And we'll just see. Now, I decided to do this first because the first and foremost was where the lines converge, or at least on the bottom here. So I'm just going to put a little ball of graphite and spread it upwards from there. You see, doing it up here, it kind of takes care of that already. So that's why I changed my mind. Oh, yeah, that looks kind of neat. But then, so we can kind of go up in these like we would. You know, for me, it's just like, well, you know, why double do if we don't have to? But yeah, so there we go. Now, if you were just, well, no, taking back the thought that I almost came out of my mouth. If you decided not to do this and make these look like they're layered, another thing you could do is, you know, put some graphite down here and then put some around the tips. That will make them look like they're curved. Oh, let me do that up here. Probably could still do it here, but it kind of conflicts with what's there. So that's why I don't want to. Ooh, I can do that over here. That's what I can do, not on the outside. And I'm using what's left on my tortillon just because I wanted it to be kind of light. Now I'm adding more because I think it could use it. The only trick is it's just a little bit challenging to get it in the little curve lines. Okay, tortillon, you're almost done. It's disintegrating as I'm using it. But there's something nice about when you have a well-loved tortillon. It's, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this, because those are small, there's not a lot of white there. Although, tip number 2, if that happens, you can always take, if you have, a white charcoal pencil. And again, like I say, even if it's on a white tile, and you can do something like that, and it adds a little bit of shine. By it covering the black pen a little bit too, it really adds to that shine. So if that happens, feel free to use that. It's a great tool. So anyway, that is Sanibelle. If you enjoyed the video, would love to have a thumbs up. Feel free to share it, and if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber. And in the description section, below the links for the step outs, ways to connect with me if you wish. Just so you know, I do classes almost twice a week, every single Thursday, unless I have a schedule change, and then I let everyone know, and I schedule it for another day, so that way I'm at least doing one a week. And that is free. I call it Tangle Time. And would love to have you join us. We do something like this where we explore a tangle or two in an hour's time. We have a lot of fun, and yeah, we'd love to have you join us. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.